So we watched Shang-Chi last night, and we saw the post-credit scene, and it's gotten our brains spinning, especially with me super drunk last night. And then most of this morning, I was watching some of the new Rockstar stuff that came out as trailers for all the various things that Disney Plus Day put out. Aaron and I have been talking now, and he just, as I was turning on the camera, he said,
Thanos really didn't do a good job of cutting out half the people.
Yeah, I was just like, because I'm glad it wasn't a major plot point of Shang-Chi, despite the fact that, you know, it happened still shortly afterwards. But like, they made a reference to it, so it was that casual reference to say this takes place after the blip. That's it. Yeah. It's a stake on a timeline and map. Like, we're gonna put a pin there.
The reason I say he did a crappy job is because the main characters in Shang-Chi kept their ages relative to each other, and the main character wasn't blipped. Yeah, that's only 3.
Yeah, you know, but that's like, but nobody cared to talk about it. You know, they just referenced, you know, what kind of world, you know, what do we have look forward to the world when half of us can disappear at any moment, which kind of goes to show that they almost don't know shit about what happened.
Yeah. Like there was this huge battle, but
even then, but that's the thing. What I'm saying is people got snapped away and nobody knew what happened. Like probably there was a thing that was told and it was Thanos, but they didn't know that the battle was happening. Anyways, up until bam, snap, and then boom, everybody's back all of a sudden as people are going around living their lives. Were the Eternals affected? We didn't go to the theater, and now theaters are all locked up here and stuff. So we don't know. No spoilers for that one. But yeah, I think they will expedite if more countries start going into winter lockdowns and stuff, and the theaters aren't going to be nearly as packed and stuff. Then Disney may rush the Eternals to Disney Plus a bit faster.
Yeah.
Just to... Yeah, anyways, so we're going to head into town. We have a date or something to go hang out with somebody who's here on vacation and on holiday.
Reminder that is an option for people if you can get in.
Yeah, there's always that if you can get in. And Aaron and I were also talking about his vacation, and I'm going to say this one here. There was like, and then Aaron turned his volume up by 1 notch and went, if I can get back in. And I'm like, that seemed to be more important than everything else. And I'm like,
well,
it is fairly important, I know. But the fact is, it's one of those things, it's an odd thing to place the focus on. To me. It seems to me that there are so many people that just come and go from the United States so casually and...
I was talking about the U.S. when I said that.
Get back into the Netherlands?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there are people that go to the States, go to stuff, and then they come back. Or they go from the States and they come here so casually. And I'm like, is it really as locked down as I think it is? Or are people like... I don't know. I don't actually know because I don't leave. And if I did, it would be based around staying within Europe. All right, so I had a whole wall of shoes there. When I'm looking for Aaron's shoes, we're here because this is the only place I know to buy shoes because I'm that kind of husband. But it's a Sportief Wandelen, regelmatig. Basically, these shoes are designed if you only walk in the woods, like at the nature park, twice a week. Which they should be fine for you. These what?
These can be my lane shoes. They slip off and on real easy.
Oh, okay. He's got the weirdly, like, perfect size that everyone else has, despite the fact that he's like 4 inches taller than me. I'm the one with big old clown feet, and I'm like 45 and a half. So I can effectively wear a 46. Okay, so Aaron got some new shoes. Basically, he got those shoes, but not worn. And then I picked up these. I know these aren't great, but if at full price, I will definitely attempt to go for something a bit more sturdy like this. Except these are new and are like $12.99.
How do you say no?
I mean, yeah. If anything, they can function. I could go try to run the track with them because they are very sticky and new. And again, if they don't work very well, I can wear them as regular shoes. But we got Burger King because if dinner goes according to plans, it's pancakes. And I don't like the savory pancakes very much with actual meat and stuff on them. I'm probably going to get a breakfast or dessert kind of cooking. And that's pretty much sugar, bananas, pancakes, and whipped cream. I don't really like to get the cheese on them either. It's funky. So we're eating actual food before we go have breakfast again or something.
And I, of course, have no problem with having savory on my pancakes.
And that's totally fine, but we're having fries and like a Whopper and a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
If this were a normal day and tomorrow was just gonna be a regular Sunday, I probably would have foregone nutrition, but I need nutrition for tomorrow. And just for the hell of it, I'm not gonna actually record someone new that may not be fully, like they like to watch the YouTube channel, but many people are like, oh my God, I don't want to be on camera. I'm like, okay, fine. I don't have to record everything.
Yeah.
And some people, when they ask, are like, please don't put me on camera. I'm like, I don't care, fine, fuck. So we have some backup of Lovers Canal Cruisers things. Because over here, this is actually the lock that was closed during the ice. They were trying to get one of these to freeze over so people could skate on it. And that was one of them that was closed. But yeah, they're doing a 90-degree turn. If you guys can see it popping out there. But it's such a narrow space and they're such long boats.
There's actually a backup because of it.
Yeah. You can see its ass end is coming around out there. But the issue is there's a shitty little boat right over here.
And one right there.
Well, that's a Lover's Cruise, so yeah, whatever. We're gonna continue walking and we'll probably see you afterwards. All right, we're home. It was, when we met them at the dock at like 5 o'clock. We didn't leave the little pancake place until, 8, when everything's supposed to close, which pushed me to the little bit of a limit of following the rules and all that jazz. And, you know, like, to be fair, I don't run all the rules for everything. I will definitely skip past a red light or a crosswalk when it's opportune at times but whatnot. But when it's like the Corona Maatregelen, I try to do my best at following the rules. And, you know, most people in that restaurant were not following the rules. The people definitely wanted to close up, but there were still people at the table when we were leaving at 8:02.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot, like once we left, the people in the back, I think, also got shushed out pretty fast, but the front was totally empty.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had a great conversation, especially, it was weird because it felt like we identified a little bit more because we're from the West Coast with his husband who's Australian.
Yeah.
And it's just weirder realizing that many people deal with the United States, deal with a European East Coast of the United States versus the Asian Aussie West Coast. And I'm not saying that there's a major thing, but there are significant shifts. I mean, and I say Asian, and I'm grossly over talking about with Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
So there's like your Samoas, your Hawaiians, all those southern Pacific Islanders, as well as Japan and Korea and Taiwan and Philippines and Malaysia, all that stuff. Like, you know, plus Aussies and Kiwis are all much more influential on the West Coast than they are the East Coast. But the East Coast is much more influenced by Europe and even parts of Africa. So it's like, oh yeah, we stayed in Maryland for a while, and you know, I'm British, and I'm like, yeah, but it felt, I don't know, it was awkward, because we're like in the middle, and we're still, like with his husband, it felt like we got understood by the distance of the United States.
Yeah.
Because he understands the difference between like Sydney and Perth. Significant cities in Australia, 3 time zones apart.
Yes.
You know? And they're not big cities, they're significant cities. But yeah, so we're gonna watch an episode of Another Life just to kind of get that thing worked out and done. I'll probably have a glass of Chocomel.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'd warm it up, but that takes too much energy on my part, let alone the microwave or the stove. I will see you guys tomorrow for football day. What not? Oh, I have a Mueller milk for tomorrow. Okay.
Oh, good.
So at least I have some semblance of sugary calories. I still have bread, but because that's solid. But who doesn't love salted caramel milk? I can't even. Is it milk? Mueller milk?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I need to look at like the first couple of ingredients. Light, half full of milk. Yep. Okay, it's actually milk. It's not like milk substitute or pooder milk or whatever, milk pooder. Yeah, and then caramel, which I forget exactly what that is.
Buttermilk.
Oh, caramel is buttermilk? No. Caramel is like something a little different. Anyways, dextrose, and then 2.5% chocolate powder. So yeah, basically chocolate milk. Anyways, I will chat with you guys tomorrow. I'm going to edit this and all that jazz. Oh, it is buttermilk. Man, they love their buttermilk here.
Oh yeah.
There's a whole ass section of Garnamilk, whereas buttermilk's like, here, you want a quart of buttermilk, it'll last you a lifetime in the States, unless you bake, and then you're going to, you know, whatever that, well, you didn't work at service industry. Anyways, bye.